Hey, what's going on, my friend? I'm Juan Pablo. I'm a full-time real estate investor, online entrepreneur, 48 real units in my portfolio, 6 units under contract. But who cares about all that? The only thing you care about is getting some properties for yourself, right? You want some passive income that wake up whenever you feel like it money. Mailbox money, in other words. Well, I'm here to help you. What sparked the interest for this topic, which is why you should use creative financing. Reasons to use creative financing, right? This is what sparked it. I did a one-on-one coaching call with a young lady, and she called me and she was just in shambles. She was upset. She was frustrated. And I asked her, hey, what's going on? And unfortunately, she used other business funding companies in which they helped her get funding, but it showed up on her personal credit report. And as a result, it messes up your debt to credit ratio and debt to income ratio. And I'm a licensed mortgage broker, by the way. So I understand that what the underwriting criteria applies when applying for certain business funding. So she applied for business funding accounts that showed up on her personal credit. And she applied with pretty much our competitors in which they themselves don't know how to use business credit. If you would have asked them, hey, have you ever used it? They would clearly say no. They help you get funding, but not funding that can help you for real estate investing. I'm a full-time real estate investor, and I have an online business, 100% Finance, in which we teach you how you can get business funding so that you can use it for real estate. Will 100% Finance recommend cards or business funding or lines of credit that you cannot use for real estate investing? Absolutely not. We have a fiduciary responsibility to you to make sure you get the right funding to use for the right deal, period. So that's what sparked this conversation, because I want to make sure that you understand, make sure you go with a company that you can trust and also provides you with funding that you can use for real estate investing, in which you can convert to cash, and it won't be detrimental to your debt to income ratio or debt to credit ratio. If any of this stuff sounds like a foreign language, I was the same way. When I went to my first real estate investment class, I felt like a 5th grader in a college course. However, I felt like I belonged. So if you feel like you belong to our channel, please subscribe and stay tuned for future videos. So as a result of coaching this young lady one-on-one, I had to advise her, which brings into today's topic to tie it in. I had to advise her, hey, you know what? There's more than one way to skin a cat. My job is not to teach you one way to do 50 deals, but the reverse, 50 ways to do one deal. I'm here to help. So just keep in mind, being that you made a mistake and you got accounts that show up on your personal credit and you can't use for real estate, guess what you can do? You can do creative financing. So that's one of the first reasons I like to outline. If you don't qualify for financing, whether it's business credit, whether it's mortgages and other financial instruments such as hard money or low doc mortgages, it's not the end of the world. You can still acquire cash flowing rental properties without qualifying for financing or going the traditional route. You, my friend, have to exercise creative financing. What is creative financing? It's financing in which you can creatively acquire an income producing assets. Seller financing. That's when the seller is actually holding a mortgage. Now, there's many different terms to seller financing. You might have heard it said before: owner financing, seller financing, second mortgage, and junior mortgage. All those terms are synonymous. They all mean that the seller, the person selling the property, is holding a note, a mortgage. And you can go that route. You can also consider doing a master lease option or a lease option. The difference between a lease option and master lease option is 1 unit. Master lease option implies you having control over more than 1 unit, like a 13-unit apartment building I did a few years back. I spoke with a seller in which he had a 13-unit for sale, and I convinced them to do a master lease option, where I, Juan Pablo, was the master tenant, and I had the rights, exclusive rights, to sublet those units to other tenants in return for the cash flow. So that's what I love about John D. Rockefeller, right? He mentioned this quote, and I'm sure you heard it, but it bears repeating. Control is better than ownership, period. It's better to control an asset and make money off of it without necessarily owning it. And that's what I had to remind my coaching student. You can still get control over cash flowing rental properties. You can still get profit from cash flow rental properties without you technically owning the property by buying it with traditional financing. So the point is this, my friend. If you don't have the credit to go the conventional route, focus on getting properties without the credit, but in the same token, I still want you to repair your credit. Don't just sweep it under the rug. Do something about it so that way you can get access to more deals. I want you to have as much tools in your toolkit and your arsenal as possible to acquire as many properties as possible so that you can quit your day job. And I'm actually author of a good book called Quit Your Day Job. So if you're interested in quitting your day job, being financially independent, check the link below in the description to learn more. And if you're also interested in credit repair, we do offer credit repair to help you get qualified for financing. Please check the links below. Now, if you don't have the capital, you might say, Juan Pablo, I do have the credit, but I just don't have the capital to acquire properties. I don't have the money for down payments, closing costs, soft costs, and so forth. Don't worry, that's what business credit is for. And again, we'll provide you with the business funding that you can use for real estate investing. You just have to apply. We provide free consultation to all those who apply. Just check the links below to learn more. Now you might be saying, well, Juan Pablo, I have a little bit of money, I have a little bit of credit, but I understand with mortgages you need to have documented income. I'm a wholesaler, bro. I don't have the documentation proving my income. I don't have the 1099s, the W-2s. I haven't filed my taxes in years. What should I do? We're here to help. We have a program designed especially for you and individuals like yourself. It's called a low doc mortgage, where you have low documentation required to qualify. So the point is this, there's no excuse. There's many creative financing tools. Low doc mortgages, hard money. We also provide hard money for distressed assets. We also provide business funding. And you can also do other creative financing such as seller financing, subject to, which I didn't talk about, that's another video. And you can also do lease options, match lease options, and wraparound mortgages, which is another video. There's many different tools. The kicker is this, you just gotta learn them all. That's it. Just spend your spare time learning how to create finance deals and take action. So that's what I want you to do today, my friend. Take action. Apply right now for the product or service you know you need. Whether it's business funding, whether it's hard money, low doc mortgage, or even credit repair. Apply and still learn. Allow us to assist you in putting your credit and giving the funding you need for your deals while you spend your time learning the ins and outs of creative financing so you can get that wake up whenever you feel like money and quit your job, give your boss the peace sign, deuces, and say goodbye to 9 to 5. If interested in the Quit Your Day Job book, check the links below. As always, guys, this is to your success. Continue to earn passively, live passionately. Peace.